And what's up, guys? Boodchains here, back again for another episode of the Boodchains Talks podcast. Today, I have a special announcement at the end, so make sure you watch the video all the way through. Like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. Enjoy the video.
And what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Boodchains Talk. Today, I'm joined with your very own host, Bradley Morton, aka Boodchains. Say hello, Bradley.
What's up, guys?
And I am his very special guest, Jafar Saloom. I'm very excited to be in this episode of Boodchains Talk. Let's get into it.
So, Jafar, let's tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Jafar Saloom. I'm a very athletic guy, very energetic. I've been friends with Bradley, during the beginning of quarantine, but I really knew him ever since grade 9. I didn't really talk to him much, but I got to know him quite a bit during quarantine. And I found out he was a pretty chill guy. I really liked him.
I like you too, man. Everything's been kind of crazy right now with COVID and all this, and sometimes, back of the mind, I'm just thinking, there's no way any of this is real, right? Like, everything that's going bad could go bad, right?
Bro.
Or anything that could go bad is going bad, right? So, I'm thinking nowadays more than ever that we might be in a simulation. What do you think?
Okay, I have two theories of what's going on. I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, just to clear that out.
Okay.
But I have two things that's honestly what's going on. COVID, one of them is either COVID is being, or no, not as deadly as the government's making it out to be. And I say that just so the government can try to take control of its people and try to control them as insects or whatever. Or COVID is a really huge deal and the government's not taking it as much of a big deal as they are. All this vaccine, I don't feel like they've actually done enough testing or they take enough time to actually truly make it, because they said that we may not have a vaccine for another years, and then what was it, a couple weeks later we just we have a vaccine. That seems way too sus for it just to be natural.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I've actually done some research into the mRNA vaccines, and basically they've been trying to figure out this new way of making vaccines since the 80s. And so they've been researching this for decades, and it actually just all the pieces came together at the perfect time for this COVID vaccine. It's actually pretty amazing when you research it.
I actually didn't hear about that, but even with taking that account, it still seems kind of sus, dude. Because I didn't even know about this. I never heard any sort of government talk about a new way of making vaccines and new technology. You know what I mean? It just feels it's just so sudden.
Yeah, I mean,
and I've heard side effects that people getting from it, like allergy reactions. What's in there? People don't know if it's pollen or bees or
no idea what he's talking about. You doesn't even register.
What did he say?
some shit. It's just kind of sus. That's all it is.
yeah, they put wasp venom in each one.
Bro, I'm actually allergic to that. I think you know that, but I'm actually allergic to all that. It could actually kill me.
Yeah, man, you should take it and see what happens.
Oh, thanks, Bradley. Appreciate that too.
You're welcome, man. I'd be very happy to vaccinate
No,
you.
but this whole quarantine shit, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been taking it as seriously as I should be, and it's kind of just the first quarantine I did take it fully serious, 100% serious, and it did take a huge mental toll on my mental health, so that's why this quarantine I'm kind of going out a lot more than I should be. And as selfish as that is, I definitely think you should definitely get yourself in a mentally healthy state. That's just what I believe. That's just my personal opinion. I know you've been very strict about it. Your mom's a nurse, so obviously you kind of have to stay quarantined for her sake and your sake. And it's the government too. You have to follow the rules, and obviously I can't have an opinion on telling what people to do, obviously, because I'm the one breaking the rules. And it's kind of the same way with Trudeau, because he was telling everyone, oh, you got to stay quarantined, you got to, once you come back to Canada, you got to go to a hotel at your own expense. But while he was saying all that, he came back from some vacation.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
He literally came back and he's still telling everyone what to do during this pandemic, and it doesn't really help people, it's hard to listen to someone when he's constantly breaking, his own rules. You see what I'm saying?
I haven't heard about it with Trudeau specifically, but I know there's been a lot of people just in government, being very hypocritical. Drew Dilkins, our mayor, he said something about like not going out to like indoor dining, and then went and did that like that same night. And then same with like I think like our education minister or something. Like he was talking about like travel outside the country, and then he like went to Cuba or something like that, and then he resigned after. So at least he's out of there. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of like hypocritical people like inside our government and America's government.
Oh yeah,
too. Like with this whole
like the mayor,
pandemic.
like the mayor situation. I actually heard about that from my boss at Jose's, and he actually like explained to me like the same day where he said like, oh, we're gonna be so strict about the rules, right? Because Doug Ford, he wants everyone to listen. And the mayor, he said like, yeah, there can only be a certain amount of people per table. And this guy, oh my god, this guy got caught lacking so hard.
It was like a party of 12 or something.
Literally, it's
right?
like supposed to have 5, more than double.
He got caught in 4K.
Literally, bro, 120 FPS, dude, man. Oh my god.
Bro. he got caught red-handed like the next day. It was on like the Windsor Star. It was so funny.
Did he even say anything about that, or like, I haven't heard anything after?
I haven't heard like any comments. I'm sure he probably put something out saying like I messed up or whatever, but like I don't know, that's just so ridiculous. Like you'd think like you at least wait a couple days or something. Like it's so backwards,
Literally, like
and that's what I'm saying. Like there's no way these people are real, right?
bro, I can see how it's a simulation.
We have to be in a simulation.
Like honestly,
We
for
have
all
to
I
be,
know, I
right?
could be in a simulation with you right now. You could
Exactly.
just be a robot.
Or you're just the AI saying that to me, and I'm the only real person. But okay, so like
honestly,
I'm kind of like interested in like these like simulation theories, right? And so basically, kind of the theory goes is there's like one real universe, right? Have their technology that's so good they can make a simulation of their world with all of their like neuron firing and everything like that. It's like so like well detailed, and they have so much computing power that they can make a perfect simulation of their own world, and they feel like they can have their own like real thoughts inside the simulation, right? And then inside that simulation they start making technological advances, and they can do the same thing, right? And so this goes on for like as long as possible, right? Oh yeah, so there's just like this huge chain of it, right? So if you think about it with odds,
right,
is that because there's the one real one, and then there's a ton of like simulations, the odds are is that we are in a simulation, is like how the theory goes.
Okay. I've heard quite a bit of like simulation theories, but I actually haven't heard like a chain of them. That's actually, wow, that's actually kind of scary to think about.
Yeah, like the simulation is so advanced to like make a simulation, and then they make a simulation, and this goes on for pretty much ever. And then at the end, there's one that doesn't have the technology to make the perfect simulation yet, because they're still developing it. At the point that they do, they'd make another simulation, and then so on and so forth.
So it's just like a never-ending chain. Wow, that's like, you know what? Honestly, taking that into like consideration about what's going on in the world right now, thinking something like that would actually exist is kind of a relief, but also very frightening.
Yeah, it's like they're playing Sims, but then their Sims start to play Sims, and then their Sims start to play Sims, right? It's like,
oh yeah,
it's like a huge chain,
on
right?
and on and on.
And so let me blow your mind here, right? So if you look at the technology that we have, right? What do all of these like middle simulations have in common? They have technology that can simulate a perfect simulation.
What?
Right?
Which one?
Because it doesn't move forward without that. What technology don't we have right now?
Oh, damn.
The technology to make a perfect simulation, right? You see where I'm going with this? So we can't be any of the middle parts in this theory, right? We have to be either the first one, and we're the real people,
Yo.
or the last one, and we're the last simulation that's still figuring out how to make a new simulation. And so right now, it's a 50-50 chance we're in a simulation in my mind.
Yo. That's that. Yo. Okay. That. All right. No. That's actually a good one. Damn.
That's crazy, right? So right now, I think it's a 50-50, and I can live with that. Flip of a coin, I can live with that. I'm calling heads. We're not in a simulation.
I'm calling tails that we are in one. I hope we are in one, dude. Like we really like messed up this world like ever since the beginning. Like, there's a lot we've done.
I hope none of this is real. Even though our experiences are.
Like,
Yo, none of this is real, but like I still feel pain. So like, how's that work?
okay, like you know, simulations can be advanced. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we can sleep. We have our own thoughts.
Yeah, that's the whole point, right?
You know, if all of this is like a
Like
simulation,
it gives people.
you know, we could really like take advantage of the mistakes that we did. You know, like from World War I all the way to how we took this pandemic. You know, all those mistakes we can take into account in like the actual real world.
Okay.
You know, consider like if this is not a simulation.
Okay, hear me out on this one, right? So here's another theory that basically, so you know how like in a video game in like Minecraft, let's say, you have like a render distance,
Mm-hmm.
and so like only the things around you load in, right? And so
Right.
there's a simulation where basically like that's happening to us like right now if we are in a simulation where like 10 feet below the ground there's nothing there, but if you want to dig there, they put in the dirt underneath you to dig it out. Or like if you want to go on a road trip, there's like all of the like chunks loading in around you and like unloading behind, right? Because like right now,
Oh.
what proof do you have? Like you can't see Manhattan or you can't see San Francisco, right? So like who knows that like if it's actually real? It's like, oh, there's like pictures from Manhattan. What if those pictures were just made by AI or something, right? To fool you.
Oh, yo, that's actually okay. So
In the 1960s, when people went to the moon,
Mhm.
if people went to the moon, right? Because you don't know that either,
Right.
because that could just be the simulation like putting in like a backstory, right? You know,
Right.
if people went to the moon, they would have had to like load in the moon for them to be able to land.
Yo, you know what? Like, okay, I see. So, like, if I look behind me right now, I'll see like my room, my full room.
Yeah. The stuff behind you, like your bed and whatever, aren't there right now. But if you look around, it loads in for you to look
Loads
at.
in. Yo, you know what? Yo, that's like, and we'll never know because we actually don't have eyes like in the back of our heads.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Or like if you like pull up a mirror, it loads for the mirror. It's not that it's actually there. It's just loading in because it knows that you're gonna be able to see it and load those chunks.
You think in the real world, like we would actually have eyes in the back of our head?
Like be able to see 360?
Oh yeah, like the first like ever simulation. Do you think that?
No, I think everything would just be there.
Really? Okay. I mean,
Yeah, because they wouldn't have to load anything. in.
well, hold on. Don't you think that like they?
There's really no way to prove it, I think. But
Well, like really not, but like unless there's a way to break the simulation. But like, you ever think that like our bodies, like as humans, they like tweaked with it, they changed it throughout every like certain simulation. So like where we are now, if your theory about like the change simulation is right, and we've been tweaked after every sort of simulation, like say in the very first simulation, we had like 8 arms, and now we only have 2.
oh, they're messing with the sliders. I got
You
you.
get what I'm saying? They're trying they're trying to see like how well our bodies can perform without, you know, certain advantage, like with missing items of the body, you know what I mean?
Oh, they're like testing out their stuff on us.
Yeah, like that's what it like, you know.
Oh, so like, dude, that's kind of crazy. Like, they're gonna try to like find out which civilization like works the best, and then like copy them.
Oh yeah, they're trying to see like, you know, because maybe they think like 8 arms is too much, you know, like takes up too much room.
Oh, so they're gonna like try to like breed and like genetically modify themselves to only have 2.
Yeah, like they could be trying to do that, you know.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I never thought about that.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like 2 of everything, you know, like it makes sense, but at the same time, why wouldn't we have more, you know? Like,
Yo, what if within all these simulations, like they're keeping track of like how long before like human civilization goes extinct, and we have the best time split for the speed.
yo, we deserve that record then.
Yo, world record attack, boys, let's get it.
We're like Dream, fam. We got that world record easy. No, well,
yo,
except
random
we
scene
cheat, but-
glitchless.
oh my,
bro.
oh my god.
No, that's. I don't know, man. It's just so there's so many crazy theories about it, bro. Or like
Oh my
the
god.
theory where like everything, like you're the only person that's real, and everybody around you like it's just like chemicals going off in your brain and like telling you to like believe and like experience these things. They're not actually there.
You know what? Like, since you brought that up,
Uh-huh.
it actually reminded me of like another theory.
Yep.
You know, like on like a universe where, you know, we're not in a simulation.
Okay.
It's the idea of why drugs are illegal. This was like found like back. I'm sure you've heard of this theory, but like back ago, right?
Uh-huh.
Drugs are made illegal because they show you what the real world looks like. All these like hallucinations that you get once you take like too much. What if
Yeah,
that's
man.
actually real? And the air that you're breathing is just showing you like a fake
Yeah,
world.
man. The drugs, bro. Like, we'd really be you know, the world's really just like warped around us, right? And then everything shows us the.
Oh yeah.
No, that's pretty cynical for me to act like this. I've heard of that, right? Where like a drug like DMT, where it like shows you these like colorful fractals, and some people say they like are able to like talk to things like while like in this like drugged trance.
Right.
You know, like I've heard that where like, you know, that's the real world, and then like those are like air, but then air is like the drugs, where air is like a sedative, where it like it's like it sedates you, and it makes you like not able to see all these like normal things.
It's a weird theory because it is kind of a reach.
I don't know, like I don't know how I buy that, because like I feel like we understand like how compounds work and shit, like in chemistry.
Yeah, like you know, you're very big on chemistry. You're really good at chemistry, you know, like that's what you're going into, like for your programs that you chose for like university.
Yeah.
You know, that theory is kind of a reach, but like again, you know, it's just a theory, not a game theory, but like a real theory.
Not a game theory. Yo, game theory, you want to sponsor us, man? Like,
Bro, that actually be dope.
I'm really trying to put together a nice studio.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, fam. Like, if I were to get sponsored by anyone, I'd probably go with Game Theory.
I'd probably go like,
Bro,
I don't even know.
You don't even know? Not even PewDiePie or something?
I don't even know. I'd probably Shadow Legends. They'd be handing out bags. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, but like just like keeping on the topic of drugs though. Like, you heard of DMT before though?
No, I have not. No.
Okay, so basically, it's this drug that it's similar to one that's been used for like thousands of years by like Mayans. Which this like one by the Mayans is called ayahuasca.
Right.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And so basically, they would take these like leaves and do something to it, and then I think burn it and smoke it, or maybe they like make tea with it or something. I forget. I learned about this like a long time ago. And so these people, they'd have like a leader of this like trip, right? And you'd go through it in these ceremonies. Basically, everything around you becomes like colorful, like fractals, like you know fractals.
Yeah.
So like everything around you is like colorful fractals, and it's all like crazy geometrical, and it feels like you're in this thing for like a couple hours, but you're really only there for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
And so some people say that they're able to talk to other sort of beings while they're like on this drug.
So they learn a new language, basically.
Kind of, I guess, where like basically like that was like the start of this, right? And then chemists, they started figuring out, hey, we can like make these compounds but like synthetically, and so it's called N,N-dimethyltryptamine, and it's pretty much like very similar, but it's like man-made. And you used to be able to, like, before it was illegal in the US, buy like a tub of it, and you only need like a pinch, right, to like get the effects. But you're able to buy like a big like kilogram tub of it for like just on the internet, right? And then they're like, hey, wait a minute, this is enlightening people, let's get rid of it, right? So a lot of people, like Joe Rogan, for example, he's done it, and he said that like seeing it, and then like it makes your like existence, it kind of like, you know how most of the time just like when you're like living this like life that we have, you just kind of like wondering like what's the point of it, or like, you know, why am I here, shit like that.
Oh yeah.
He said like once you do this shit, like it answers all those questions you have. Like it like just whatever it does, just like answers all sorts of questions you have like in your life, and it's like really eye-opening and awakening. And so, you know, US government, they're like, hey yo, what the hell is this? We can't have these people being enlightened. And so they go and ban it, right? It's illegal.
Right.
And, you know, if you already have it, you know, that's fine, but you can't sell it, basically. So, but like, yeah, it's like this crazy experience. And then this other crazy guy, Alex Jones, he's like a conspiracy theorist, like alt-right kind of like weirdo.
Right.
But he's like famous, right? He was big into like 9/11 conspiracies and stuff like that.
Oh, I think I've heard of him actually.
He's a guy who's like they're making the frogs gay.
People, I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
And like he's like yelling about it, and or like recently like on the Joe Rogan podcast, he's like, I'm a little retarded.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah.
You know, and like
Yeah.
I don't think we should use that word, but like I'm just quoting him. Don't get on my ass, please. So like you've probably seen him in memes and whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But like this guy, he's like big into conspiracy theories, and so he has tried DMT, and he said he was like talking to the like like overlords or whatever. I don't know if I believe it. Like this guy's kind of off the deep end. Like he was saying he was like talking to these like elvish like figures that were like overlords, and they were kind of like pulling the like puppets and like politicians and stuff like that. They're like running the show, but like we don't know of them, so like it's kind of crazy. And there's like some goblins, and I don't know, it was crazy. It kind of sounded like Clash of Clans or like some video game or something, but like but like I don't know, it was just like super crazy. I think in the future, you know, it's still gonna be illegal, but you know, somehow, you know, maybe you find somebody and you try it, and I feel like that would be like a crazy experience.
Honestly, that does kind of like sound something I'd probably definitely would want to try, just to see if it actually would answer those questions, like, you know. And like another thing is too, it's like, you know, what if like when you like take those drugs, it gives you like somewhat of powers, you know what I mean? Like you can create things with your mind, you know, and only people who've like taken like the same like amount or have taken the same drug can see what you've created, and they can also create the same thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like something, if you felt like cake, you know, you could just make a cake right there and just like, you know, eat it. You know, people would see it. You could share with them. It's a little like,
yeah, like you can meet people like in this like other place, like when you're on the drug, you mean?
Yeah, it's like a whole new like, it's like a new planet. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a planet where you can do anything. That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would be like people say like similar things about like mushrooms, but on like a lower scale, because it's like just way less powerful. But like people say like the trips from like mushrooms can like kind of have the same effect, where it kind of like opens your eyes to like different things in life, and it's kind of like just a crazy experience.
Right. Yeah.
And so I feel like, you know, I'm a clean shaven type guy. Like I don't really you know, do any drugs, but if I were to do some, I feel like it would have to be those, because those actually kind of seem like they could add value to my life rather than like, I don't know, something like weed, where I don't really think it would like add any value or be that great.
So it's something that kind of opened like a whole new perspective for you, and like that's the only like, you know, time you'd actually take drugs or anything sort of way. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, no, that's definitely, yeah, no, I see. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah. What's it called? Like another thing I have, like we're kind of going like a little off topic with this one. Like this one is kind of like I'm guessing you've heard Sicko Mode, you know, Travis Scott, Drake. I'm sure you have.
Okay.
But
do you know the Sicko Mode theory?
Nah, you have to tell.
This theory, right? Drake and Kanye were actually beefing a while ago.
Yeah, during the whole Whoop-de Scoop and then the like Pusha T beef and all that, it was like during that time. Yeah.
All that, yeah. And I don't know if you knew this, but Drake and Kanye, they actually live in the same neighborhood.
In Calabasas, right?
Yep. And what's it called?
Okay.
When Drake made Sicko Mode with Travis, There was this line. Hold on. It was like crept down the block, made a right, slept through the night or something like that.
Okay.
And when you cut down the block and you make a right, whose house is it that's down there? Kanye's and
Yo. Wait, so like this guy was like stalking Kanye?
No, people think that Drake, did it with Kim Kardashian.
Oh shit.
And Kanye came out with like a Twitter video saying like, oh, he didn't do it, he didn't do that, But obviously, no one's gonna believe him because Drake didn't like say anything about it. He kept quiet. He didn't really answer like why he said those lyrics, and people just kind of thought that's what it was, because like after that, like the beef kind of started to die down a little bit, So people think it was a diss track on Travis's song.
Kim got that light skin schmeat.
She really got that Canadian light skin schmeat, dude.
Dude, that's a W for Canada, man. Let's go.
Bro, it's Kim, man. I don't think it's a W for anyone.
I mean, shit. It's still a power move out from October's very own.
Oh, from Drake, yeah, without a doubt. No, but on the topic of music though, like this year, man, I'm like 2020 and 2021, as bad as it was for like COVID and all, music has been on point. And I know like I'm not the only one who felt like that. I don't know why, but like I haven't felt like the music has been this good ever since Lil Uzi dropped Love Is Rage 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Uzi's dropped another album this year as well. And he actually spoke about Eternal Take, how he didn't like it. He thought the music on there was mediocre. You know what I'm saying? And he said this because like, he just thought like it was rushed, He thought like people wanted him to drop and he wanted to take more time on it because, he hyped it up so much and he wanted to make it like a huge, like good project.
Yeah, that and there's a label pressure, right? To get it out as fast as possible so they can make money.
Oh, that too. That's a huge problem too. But like, the problem is that Uzi, he was talking about it. He was like, my song kept on getting leaked, and he didn't care that they're leaked. But it's only the fact because it was Eternal Take, and he took that to heart. He didn't. He took that. He took that personal. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't like when people just do that just because of Eternal Take alone.
Yeah, that's messed up.
So that's why this album, he's taken his sweet time with it. And he's been leaking. I'm sure you've heard the leaks. He's been going on like Insta Live every other night. He's just been leaking the song. There's I don't know if you heard Super Saiyan by Love Is Rage, like in this first album, but he's making a second Super Saiyan 2, which I think it's on. Oh my god, the leaks of that! I can't wait for that one. He's making a Sanguine Paradise 2. He's making like second versions of like previous songs.
Yeah, I just want Lil Uzi on a drill beat. Not gonna lie.
I'm guessing you've seen the leak, huh? Like with him.
Yeah.
That one was nice, I will say.
Yeah, he was just like in the studio and just like freestyling on like a drill beat.
Oh, bro.
So fire.
Bro, freestyles, man, I feel like they're better than like written songs, dude. You know what I mean? Because like if you could think of that on the spot.
Normally they're just more vibey.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But like to me, like how I take it into value.
You feel like more impressed.
Oh yeah, I'm more impressed, but like it's also like more value. Like if you take someone who's taking their time writing a song, compared to someone who's made a freestyle, and it's not as good as the person who wrote the song, but it's still heat. I'd say the freestyle is better, just because of like how he just imagine what he would do if he took the same amount of time. If he took his time, imagine the fire he would have made. It's simple as that.
Yeah, and I know you're a big Juice WRLD fan. Have you seen his like freestyles on YouTube?
Oh my bro, this guy, everyone who's ever been in the studio with Juice WRLD, everyone who's ever been like as a background for the interview with Juice, every single one of them would say this guy Juice just won't stop. He just kept on going and going and going, and that they have to cut out the beat and practically drag him out the studio for him to like stop freestyling.
Bro, there's been times where he went on different like radio shows and they'd have him freestyling and they just had so many beats for him and he freestyled twice for over an hour.
Oh yeah, like bro, like for him it's easy. I don't know how people can do that, like I don't know how people can think of like where's that rhyme, where does that make sense, where does that would fit in a rap song. It sounds like a song that's written, but it's not. Like that's so impressive to me. Like I don't know, like I've tried to freestyle here and there, but I'd either trip over myself or it just wouldn't make sense. I'm sure you have too.
Yeah, bro. I know you're not that good at freestyling.
No, I'm not. Definitely not. Like rap or singing is not for me. I do know good music though. I will say. I personally feel like I have good taste in music.
Yeah, and you see that with Drake where he was going just like off on everything, right? Like he was going like bar for bar with anybody at some points, right? On like 5 p.m. in New York.
6 p.m., 6 a.m. in Toronto, Draft Day, like all these kind of like older songs where he could just go like bar for bar with anybody. He's just rapping 5 minutes straight, going crazy. And then, you know, now everything that he's dropping is just like for a while there, it was just like tropical pop, and you know, it's pretty shit.
That's what it was, yeah. Like, he's more of like a walking advertisement now, because like most of his music videos now, it's just him showing off like cars from like big brands, clothing from like, you know, high-end brands and stuff, you know. The one song though that Drake has dropped pretty recently, it's BB King Freestyle. I don't know if you heard of it. I don't know if you even listened to it.
I think I have.
But it was him and Lil Wayne, and that was just like straight lyrics. The beat was like calm, smooth, but like for the first time in a long time, the lyrics were louder than the beat itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I could hear the artist more than I could hear the beat, you know. And that's, you know, I really liked most of like the lyrics and, you know, what they were saying, you know. Like I believe one of the bars, like Drake was saying like, I only eat red meat, but I got beef cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even know what that means, and I just know that's fire, dude. Like
he's probably talking about like Pusha T shit. He had some beef cooking on the sidelines, but he don't even
that's
eat
probably
meat.
what it was.
If we're just talking like just Drake bars, like that one's pretty weak, bro. Like there's some like just off like one song, like off the end of If You're Reading This It's Too Late. Like that whole album was like super goated. But 6 p.m. in New York, bro, he had I Wish I Can Go Back in Life, not to change it, just to feel a couple of things twice. That's a bar.
That is a
right
bar.
He had Lately I Feel the Hate Is Eating Away at My Confidence. They scream out my failures and whisper my accomplishments. That's a bar.
Oh my god.
And then he has Stories About My Life Hit the Net Like a Bad Serve. Like he talked about like volleyball. Like he had a bar before that, setting it up better, but like that's all I remember. Like he was just going like bar for bar with anybody, right?
Oh, easily.
Like flows on point, like everything, right? He was like at his peak, like Drake was like insane, but like now he's just like falling off, and it's like, yikes, man! Like stop with the like tropical, man.
And like I think this case with Drake too, it's not like the fact of like you know how much time he has or like the pressure. I just think like he doesn't care as much as he used to. He's already made it. Like he has so much money.
Yeah.
You know, at this point.
Yeah, he knows he can just pump out songs to make money.
Yeah, like that's all he needs to do. And like at this point, you know, people want to get on a track with Drake because Drake's name is pretty big. You know, people consider him to be, believe it or not, people consider him to be the greatest of all time. Even like now Drake, like new Drake.
I'd say he's like the biggest of all time. But
without a doubt, I wouldn't consider him to be
unless
the
you
greatest.
count Rick Ross.
Okay, all right now. Yo, come on.
Hey, yo.
That is a violation, and I personally wouldn't have that too.
No, bro, we love Rick Ross.
Yeah, we well, you know, some more than others, but but no, like
Yeah.
Drake, like people only have a need to listen to him because of the past of him, you know. People have a lot of his old songs and they just feel like they have to listen to him, but they really don't, you know. It's just kind of like, you know, you just want to keep him there for the memories, you know.
Yeah,
That's what it is. That's what I personally think, at least.
like people have like a lot of fan loyalty to him, right? Where like he was so good for so long, and then it's like a sports team, right? Where like I don't know, like the Bulls for like in the NBA, right? Like they were like really good for a long time, and then like now they're just really garbage. But like people still go watch their games, right? Like people still support them, right?
Oh yeah.
It's just like that kind of like fan loyalty
You know.
where Drake, you know, he's not as good as he once was. He's still just like putting out for a check, but he's still bringing in all these people listening, and that's the reason he's getting checked.
Oh, bro. Speaking of the Bulls, actually, no, I'm actually really hyped up for this NBA season. Though, like, I'm actually very excited. You know, and you know, I'm sure this is kind of like, you know, a lot of people are LeBron fans, but I'm so like big for LeBron. You know, like pause. Let's
Hey,
let's just get
yo.
that. Hey, pause. But like, I'm a huge LeBron fan, right?
Okay.
And I consider him to be like the greatest of all time, better than Michael Jordan, better than Kobe, better than anyone could ever say, you know. But you know, people just go back to the same argument that Michael Jordan has more rings, you know. And I feel like, you know, and here's what I'm saying: if LeBron can win or if like the Lakers can win this year's like season, like the championship, I consider him to be GOAT because Curry is now back and he's just as good as ever. I claim is Klay Thompson playing again this year?
I thought he got injured again.
Did he? I could have sworn he started playing again.
I haven't seen anything about him lately.
I don't know. He may still be injured, but you know,
Yeah,
KD's
he got injured again, I thought.
You know, Brooklyn Nets, they're more stacked than ever. You know, you got Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant all on the same team. Those three, like, even though like two of them are like dribble maniacs, Kyrie with the best handles in the league, I still feel like that it's still a hard team to go up against. You know. And I feel like if LeBron can get past all of that, you know, even going up against Zion Williamson, you know, Trae Young, you know, even Westbrook himself and John Wall, you know, even though like those two guys are not as good as like the other people that I mentioned, you know, they're kind of like the lower end for the superstars. I still feel like they'd still put up good competition.
Yeah, I just googled it. Klay Thompson in like mid-December tore his Achilles again.
Bro, this guy's just having out.
So he's out for the season. Yeah, the entire season. Yeah, man.
Like, when was the last time he got injured? Like with the Toronto Raptors finals?
Yeah, like right before that, like during that playoff series.
And then and just as he got good, he tore his Achilles.
And then he was getting back, and then yeah, it's tough because he missed the 2019 to like 2020 season with the ACL.
Yeah.
Now this season he was gonna come back, and then he tears his Achilles, and you know that's like two of the worst injuries you can have in like you know athletics. That's
just getting
crazy.
unlucky.
He got both.
I mean, like, yeah, no, if Klay Thompson was there, it just proved LeBron more because like LeBron has a drive. You know, he just wants to prove people wrong. That's what I get from him. You know, people thought like, you know, when was it, like the Cleveland Cavaliers when they went against the Golden State Warriors when they made that like 3-1 deficit comeback. You know, it was just him and Kyrie, maybe J.R. Smith, but J.R. Smith isn't, you know, I wouldn't consider him to be like a huge part of the team. You know, he's definitely bigger than a lot of the players. I definitely consider him to be third. But I feel like it was mainly Kyrie and LeBron that really, you know, carried their team. What was it like, which games that they have? Like, they both got 41 points in one game or something?
Yeah, like, they're both just going
like,
off.
That's insane. Like, that's insane. Like, them two, like, I find Kyrie and LeBron James to be the two deadliest, like, duo ever to step in the court. That's what I personally believe. But, like, you know, when you...
Like, just with their chemistry?
Oh, their chemistry, yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, okay.
But like even then, they still play very well together. You know, like,
okay.
And after that comeback, you know, I thought people would finally, you know, be like, okay, LeBron's GOAT. But no, people still want to hate on my man just because he doesn't have as much rings as Michael Jordan does. You know, especially like the first time he left, like over to Miami Heat. Believe it or not, this is kind of funny. I'm not even sure if this is true, but apparently one of his teammates, had a one night with LeBron's mom.
Oh, the one guy.
I don't remember his name.
Oh my gosh, I forgot his name.
I don't remember his name, but that was one of the reasons why LeBron left to Miami. You know, obviously he's not going to disclose. I don't even know how that even got out.
Delonte West.
Him. Yep.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yo.
He said that straight to
about
LeBron.
that. Like, oh my goodness, man.
But just
And then,
imagine
I guess.
that, dude.
Oh my goodness. Like if LeBron won in his first year with the Heat, right? He wins 2011.
Oh man.
And then they get a three-peat then. I think more people regard him as a GOAT right now because then he'd have 5. He'd probably have another Finals MVP. He'd be what, like 5 for 10 or 5 for something? 5 for like 5 for 9 or something? It's crazy. The big thing last year would have been the Clippers.
Oh, without a doubt, that's definitely what it was. You know, with
But then, you know, with Pandemic P, Paul George, and then Kawhi, they just choked. And
yeah, I don't really think them two played well together, dude. Like, it's not that they don't like each other, but like I just don't think their chemistry is that good.
I mean,
like that's just
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're a good fit particularly.
Definitely not. Like, I don't see them winning any championships anytime soon. It's not that I don't want them to win. I wouldn't mind seeing them win, but it's just a matter of fact of like how they play together. You know, like Kawhi. I feel like Kawhi definitely did make a mistake leaving Toronto. He definitely should have stayed at least like one more season just to see how well they would have gone. Because apparently even after the season where Toronto won the championships, they still played like really well without Kawhi. So I think it was possible.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was possible had Kawhi and Stan, they would have made it to the championship again. I don't know if they would have won it, but again, making the championship 2 years in a row.
I think they definitely would have had a really good chance.
Without a doubt.
I think a better chance than with the Clippers.
Kawhi's improved quite a bit. I will say, I didn't even hear of him until they got to the finals, and he hit that shot over Embiid, that one corner shot where he was just running.
Wait, that was the first time you heard of him?
Yeah. When he hit that
goodness.
shot, that was the first time I ever heard of him. Because no one talked
That's
about him
crazy.
beforehand. There wasn't really much going on for him, and he hit that shot, and people were just freaking out over it. And I did hear quite a bit of news about him and overstatements saying oh, he's top 5, which I think people should have relaxed that.
He was a big piece in the 2014 MVP in the 2014 finals to in the last season of the Heat dynasty.
I don't even know that.
Not dynasty, but with the Spurs, he was a big part of that. He got Finals MVP that year.
Why? There wasn't really much going on for him other than that MVP.
Other than the Finals MVP in 2014, right?
And that's kind of rude to say, but it's the truth. I didn't really hear much of him. That's just me at least. Speaking of sports too, the Super Bowl, that was a good. Even though one team got destroyed, that was a good game, I will say. It was just so toxic towards each other.
Yeah, it is. And the one player putting the peace sign in the one in Tyreek's face.
That was so funny.
Oh my goodness, so petty, and I'm there for it. I'm happy,
bro.
I'm happy he got his revenge, man.
Even though it was kind of one-sided and the refs were definitely sticking to one team more than the other, I definitely feel as if that was still a good game either way. Tom Brady, this guy is he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
What?
I don't watch much football, but
That's
he's
fair.
definitely one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen. And I still feel people don't give him enough credit, but that's the thing. People hate because they don't want to be on. I wouldn't say I'm not on the right side, but more on the popular side. They just want to be a rebel.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel people don't like LeBron. They want to say oh, Michael Jordan is better, just because he has more rings. But that's not really a fair argument to make, because if LeBron was playing against the same opponents as Michael was, LeBron would have won at least 9 or 10 rings, in my opinion.
Okay,
bro. I know that could seem as an overstatement, but bro, the opponents that Michael was playing, not to say that they were soft, but I feel for LeBron, that would have been easy for him.
Yeah.
Not easy, but easier than
man.
this.
Michael Jordan was just crossing up the plumbers.
No, okay. Michael Jordan definitely played against some good players.
He's just crossing up the plumbers and casual.
No, bro, but if we're gonna compare it, Michael was more playing casual, while LeBron was more of a competitive type play style. That's what it was. If we're considering and taking the video game terms, Michael Jordan was more of a casual type player, not playing comp because he just didn't have a high rank. But LeBron is triumphs over everyone. That's what it is. There was even a little bit of a debate between LeBron and Giannis. I don't even know why that was going on. Giannis didn't really, he's nowhere near as good as LeBron. The only thing he really has for him is just size. But even then, LeBron could still, bully the shit out of him. It's nothing,
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of fact of opponents too. People are saying if Michael played against the same opponents as LeBron, Michael would have had an easier time, and I disagree. At the time, Michael wasn't playing against the greatest three-point shooter to ever step on the court. At the time, Michael isn't playing.
LeBron has had to go through some of the greatest teams ever formed.
Best possible superstar teams ever.
He's had to go through the Celtics when they had that old the group of old people. I'll give that to MJ. He had to go through. He probably gets it against the Mavericks.
Yep.
But then they had to go through the Spurs. The Spurs were insane, right? They've won 5 chips throughout their 2000s and 2010s. They had to go through the Warriors dynasty.
Oof.
When they had literally a full starting lineup of all-stars.
Imagine that. And even after he beat that team with just one other superstar or all-star, excuse me, he still doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
There was literally nothing more anyone else could have done. You're not gonna tell me that Michael would have scored 50 points instead of 40. It's no, he would not have. I'm sorry to tell you, but he would not. Michael's a good player, I will say, but like he's just not on the same level as LeBron. That's what it is.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, you look at it like LeBron has to guide Kevin Durant, right? Like this guy's 7 foot, pulls up from 40 feet, and he's just unguardable. Like if you find one person who can guard Kevin Durant and like can do it consistently, that guy's getting paid $50 million. Like
my main man Westbrook. That's the man who can guard him.
yeah, but only when they're on the same team. Just makes Kevin tilt.
Oh, that's so tough though, man. Like the Oklahoma City, like they would have had such a nice lineup if all their players
they stayed together.
were together.
No,
Yeah.
See, I see what you're saying, but like, if you think about it, right? None of them develop into the players that they do unless they all move to their own teams.
You know what? That's fair, actually. Yeah, because they all just like play really well together. They can't really improve if they're just constantly dominating all together. You know, you just need to like kind of be the only all-star in your team every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
You know, and I think that was what's wrong with the Golden State too. To be fair, when they all split up, I think that's why like they weren't as good as they used to be. You know, because they weren't playing together.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like okay, like like the like a beautiful line of Klay Thompson, Curry, and Kevin Durant, and who's that? Draymond.
The Draymond, and then Zaza. No. Then they had DeMarcus Cousins.
They did, yeah. But like I definitely feel like Curry definitely played so much better back when they were all together. But now that he's alone, he's not as good.
Like like when you have stars, you have to like spread it out more.
I will say though, Curry is still really good. But like compared to where he was before.
Oh, you're able to see that now. Like he just dropped 40 the other night.
Like it was nothing, dude.
I saw that on my timeline.
Like that, like. And he made like some crazy layup too, where he kind of like did a 360, brought it over, just threw it in there and got an and one. It's like how does one make that?
I saw like after the buzzer went, this guy made a 3-point layup, and he just made it look so.
But I don't know how people can do that.
That's just
dude.
hard,
bro. Like that's just Curry, man. Like I don't mean to sound like Flight Reacts now, but he's so inspirational, man. Look at Curry go.
Look at Curry, man.
He's just so inspirational.
So inspirational.
But like definitely players like all-stars, like high-end all-stars who have their own teams, they definitely show more of their skill than they would with like, a team with like 3 or 4 all-stars, Yeah, it's unfortunate, but there are people like that in the world, they'll do anything to get that extra dollar in their bank account.
Yeah, and you'll do anything to get that Dodge Red Eye Hellcat.
Bro, hey, okay, listen.
You've had to ditch all
when
your
the
friends
opportunity. Hey, listen. When the opportunity presents itself,
do I pick my friends?
And you get,
or do I pick a car? I don't know, man.
Hey, man,
tough decision.
Hey, to be fair, it is a $90,000 car.
Okay.
With over 800 horsepower. Like you can't hate on me.
No, I think I can.
Okay.
No. So, you wanna like explain like what this situation is for the people who don't understand what we're talking about?
Well, the situation for me is that like me and my family, after I finished high school in Ontario, Windsor, after that, I'm going to be moving to the States. We're not quite sure where exactly in the States we're going to be moving, but it's more lenient towards New York and like New Jersey area. And my dad told me, he told me there was nothing I didn't have a say or anything. I just had to deal with it. I'm still 17, so by the time we'd even move, I'd still be 17. So it's like, I can't make my own decision by then. But, he's like, oh, college there are better. You want to go to school there instead of here. I'm like, no, I don't. I want to go to school in Canada. But he doesn't care. He's just like, you have to be with me. It sucks. I told him, what if I got accepted in St. Clair or whatever? He was like, you still have to move here. And the only thing to brighten up the situation for me that he said is that I'll still get you a car. Don't worry. I'm like, cool. Like I'd rather have no car but be in here, if I'm being genuinely honest. Like, I'm just excited about the car because that's the only good thing that's coming out of the situation. Like moving to.
Yeah, you're about to get one of those big boats that drive in a straight line.
Oh, of course, dude. Honestly. But even though it has like,
no, but like
like it's a bad idea to go there. It's a bad idea. Like, just traveling during the pandemic and into the US where it possibly has like one of the worst economies because of the pandemic. It's just a really bad idea. But my dad just wants to do it for whatever reason. Like I don't even know why exactly. He just says, oh, I have a business there.
Tough
I'm like,
scenes.
no, that's what it is. Yeah, like can't you do it here? He was like, nope. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
I mean, there's mostly always going to be like more business opportunities near bigger cities, and they don't get much bigger than New York.
No, but like after what happened, you know, with the
Yeah, it is
pandemic
what it
and the
is.
economy just like plummeting over there. You know, there really isn't much opportunities for me myself. You know, like, you know, I don't want to go to community college. You know, because that's what my parents want me to do. You know, just to save like a couple bucks because they're paying for all that. You know, I'm lucky. You know, God bless my parents, knock on wood. But like, you know, I mean, I'd still rather go to school here either way. Even if I were to have to pay for it, I'd still rather go to school here.
I feel like most of the time, like people put like too much emphasis on like which one you go to and like which choices you make.
Oh, right.
Like for the most part, like you're gonna find something, and you're still gonna be able to like work and you know live. But it's, I don't know. I feel like people put like a lot, or not a lot of emphasis, but like too much emphasis. Or like people will be like, I can't decide between like Waterloo, Western, or Queens, and it's like, bro, it doesn't matter. Like, just go to the one that's gonna be like either like the cheapest or like the best like situation for you, right? Like
that's more convenient. Yeah. Like people,
and even then, most of the time, that's staying home. Like,
oh yeah, like I know your case. You're going to Uni of Windsor, and your
Yeah.
house isn't too far from that. So you know you don't need to worry about paying for a dorm there. You know,
exactly.
like you're gonna have housing.
It just,
And that's
it just
smart.
makes the most sense.
That makes the most sense. You save yourself money. You're still near family. You still go to the uni that you wanted to. You know, a lot of people's cases though, like sometimes they don't get accepted into one, but they get accepted into the other one, which is unfortunate. But you know, they still got to do what they got to do. You know, they still have to go to school.
Yeah, like if I had applied to like Windsor and like I don't know, like McMaster, and then like I only get accepted to McMaster, and it's like, well, shit, like, you know, it's a good uni, but like I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to pay for a dorm.
Oh yeah, like you don't want to do that. You know, even if it's like getting an apartment and renting it out, you still save yourself money, but you wouldn't save yourself as much money as like staying at home. You know, because you're practically paying for like no bills, no rent. You know, just chilling there, staying home, enjoying doing work, playing video games, and whatever, and you still have your family there. You know, like, and even then, when people get accepted to like a bunch of colleges, they're like, oh, I don't know what to pick. They just usually just brag about it, but like in kind of like a passive way. I was like, oh, I got accepted into too many colleges. I know what's like. No one cares, dude. Just pick one. Like no one asks. No one cares.
A lot of people try to like rub it in your.
Oh yeah, like
Oh, I don't know what to pick. Should I go to Waterloo or Western or McMaster or Toronto? Like, I've been accepted to all of them for like their best program, and it's like, yo, good for you, but like you don't have to say it in a way that like you can tell that you're trying to like brag about it without like
like
bragging,
literally, like, you know, just go to a college. It's simple. Just pick one, whichever one's easier for you, whichever one saves you money. It's not that hard. You know, but people, you know, are just
it's like yeah, I don't know. People just go and spend so much like time and thought on it, and you know, like, you know, that's good. You know, you have to like think these decisions out, but like sometimes people just be going like way over the top. I feel
they just go that extra mile. It's so unnecessary. You know, and it's good for them. Good for them. You know, they got into good colleges, but at the same time, you just gotta shut up about it sometimes. You know, some people just really don't care.
You know what? The world's a crazy place. I wouldn't doubt.
Oh, without a doubt. Like, but I don't like the world's just getting weirder and weirder, especially with the pandemic. It's just showing like people's more crazy side. People believing that masks doesn't work. People believing that the vaccine will kill us all. It's like, okay, like relax.
Yeah, or like,
you know,
people like leaving their house when they really shouldn't be.
Oh, damn! I wonder what selfish people would do that. It's terrible.
Oh, I know a couple.
Oh, really? Damn, they must be like real jerks.
Yeah, they're real jerks. I would never bring them on the podcast, though.
Oh, of course not. You know, because you only bring in smart people who make wonderful decisions, and the occasional idiot.
Yeah, and you know, the last couple episodes, that's been true though.
That has been
so. I don't know. You can't really knock it.
Oh man, but yeah, honestly, dude, like this whole point, like if I'm being fair on myself, I have taken the first one.
Yeah,
Quarantine is too crazy.
Quarantine's
It's-
crazy, man.
And I'll be fair on myself. I'll somewhat defend myself. The first time I truly did follow it, you know, even though a lot of people weren't following, there was a few of my friends who weren't following it either. I still, you know, I had to stick with it, right? And this quarantine, you know, I just couldn't do that again, you know, like it was a huge like toll on my mental health, and I just couldn't go through that again, you know.
Yeah.
Like
And-
the first quarantine, I was going through quite a bit, you know, like mental situations. I constantly felt alone, you know.
Mhm.
And that's what it was. I had a lot of bottled up emotions, and that's what it felt like for the first quarantine. And people tell me like, yeah, you have to stay home. I'm like, no, I can't have that. I couldn't do that for my sake of my mental health.
Mate, and you know, I'm about to hit a banger tweet right here, bro. Maybe if you're feeling alone, you should go get a loan for some money and use it to go get some bitches. Got him. Then put some like 100 emojis behind that, bro. That's a banging tweet.
Oh, did you tweet that out right now?
No, but I might. That's
You got me.
that's kind of fire. Not even gonna.
It's mad facts, bro. That should be on a song, dude.
I don't know about
You and Rick Ross.
Shaney, no. No, chill. But like, you know, it's just like everything's been crazy. But you know, I hope everything like goes well for you, like throughout these like coming months or whatever, with like Corona, and you know, I hope you stay safe and whatever. But you know, at the end of every episode, I give everybody 30 seconds to, you know, give any shout outs they need to give, or you know, anything they just want to shine attention to. So you know, the floor is yours, man.
All right, bro. I just want to shout out my boy Zeph. You know, he's been a real help, even with me being in Windsor. You know, him like constantly checking up on me. You know, I want to shout out to the painting they actually gave me for my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
or the canvas spray. You know, that should be due looking fire though. And also, I do want to shout out LeBron James. I'm sure he's watching this for sure.
Yeah, man.
And shout out you know, shout out to Griffin. You know, he's also been total help. And shout out to the editor. What's his name again?
I think it's like Jay Dizzle.
It is time for a new track on the beat. Okay. Always on standby, ready to drop some.
Yeah, that kid. Yeah, shout out to the editor. But bro, thanks for having me on the episode. Appreciate you, man.
Nah, man. Thank you for coming on. It's been great.
No problem, man.
See ya. What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for making it this far into the video. Just want to let y'all know that I have a song coming out in the future. I'm working on it right now, just trying to set up all the studio time and get everything sorted out, as well as also in the future, probably in the next coming 1 to 2 months, we're gonna have a full rebrand of the YouTube channel with new banners, new profile pictures, new thumbnails. It's gonna be all professionally done, and it's gonna look so good. So just I'd like to thank everyone for all the support so far. Just can't thank you enough. Thank you everybody for watching the videos and subscribing. We just appreciate it so much. Thank you.